What's up, guys? I'm Mike Quist. Are you an epoxy guru? Do you have a professional epoxy business? Are you a faux artist? Or do you want to learn the next tips, tools, and techniques to take your resin game and make it insane? You found the right place. This is the Epoxy Academy. This is going to be ongoing, evergreen tutorials on how to take your projects to the next level. I'm going to use Stone Coat Platinum. We're going to coat this board and turn it into an exotic stone looking piece that will sell for your future customers. I'm going to teach you how to do the most up-to-date techniques like a pro so that you can take your business to the next level. Stay tuned. Enjoy the video.
Remember, when you subscribe to our channel, click on the red subscribe button and be sure to ring the bell so you get notified every time we have a new video. Thanks again.
Welcome back, guys. Thank you for being here. All right, we just showed you something that asked you to click that red subscribe button. Hey, I'm going to ask you for a giant favor. You know, we're in a race, a mountain climb right now. We're going to 1 million subscribers. That's an aspiration that we have, and we're sprinting to get there. We need your help. Guys, will you help us out? We see that a lot of you watch our videos on a very regular basis. Have you subscribed yet? Are you new here? Consider subscribing. Do I earn that throughout this free training? The training that I'm giving you is exactly what we teach in a live class, or if I'm going to teach somebody how to do these things on a micro level. Absolutely in this thing, deep, the tips, the tricks. This is unedited. We're actually doing a lot of resources right now. We got Mitch over here. Mitch is my brother. We've installed granite for years together, right?
Yeah, we sure have.
We've been in business together for years. Yep. We've been contractors our whole life, helping Dad.
Yep.
Guys, Mitch builds tutorials. He builds PDFs. Have you seen our website? You put together lots of training for these guys.
Step-by-step tutorials, all sorts of helpful pro tips and tricks straight from him.
Yeah, we did like our shower wall training recently. We did our river table training. Seriously downloadable, step-by-step, and it goes hand in hand with that video content.
Right along with the video. It breaks it down for those that like to learn at their own pace, a slower pace, step-by-step, along with visual instructions. It's helpful. A lot of people like it.
I'd say that deserves a subscribe, right? Come here, Luke. Guys, this is Luke. Luke is behind the scenes making these videos all the time, right?
Yes, sir.
You just made the river table video. How long were you on that project?
You know, almost not proud to say months, but actually I love it because we got to do from start to finish the whole process, and I got to learn along the way. A lot of work went into that one, man. So I hope you guys liked it. Check it out, LED River Table.
Chris, come on back. Chris is gonna leave his station that he's bringing you this live video. Chris, how many cameras do you have set up right now for this live video?
5.
5 cameras, 5 angles, man. It's like a news station, man. You got one there, one there, one there. We got live camera right there, all over the place, right?
Yeah.
So, Chris, you just did that shower wall video with foam.
Yes.
How many hours, just off the top of your head, do you think you had into that video?
Man, oh geez, I don't know. 30, 40, more than a week. It was a long time.
Yeah, hours behind the keyboard, listening to the same line going, all right, he already said this 3 times, cut that out. They only need to hear it once. Mitch, you got to put this in the PDF. You guys are the brains behind this operation. You make me look semi-good. It's kind of impossible to go all the way good, but semi-good, right?
Yeah.
We are only on YouTube. So, guys, you found the right spot if you want to see semi-good epoxy content. But, Chris, man, I just want you guys to understand, we got Doc's in the other room answering comments right now. Mitch is answering comments. We got a whole team that ships this stuff out on a regular basis. We are supporting the content that we provide. We take it very seriously. We started this in my garage, right?
Yes.
You were there when we were shipping this off the dining room table.
Yes,
it's evolved.
My interview was in your dining room.
Yes, and you went to work in my dining room.
My first day in my dining room.
And I got to say, guys, we've evolved. Like the content, what we believe in is empowering people to understand the secrets to be able to take these techniques and make a living from them. And the way that we do that is listening to the feedback in the comments and watching what you need to learn more of. We ask, do you want to see long form content? Do you want to see full on tutorials? Do you want to see short form content chopped up? Just give me the meat and potatoes. Do you want the music turned down? Do you want the music up? Do you want questions of the day? Do you want resources to tips and tools? Do you want our Amazon favorite tools? Like, what exactly are you looking for? We listen and we respond. And so for that, come on, man. Like, for that is a subscribe, right?
Sure.
Okay, guys, you heard it from Chris. He said subscribe. Ring the bell to get notified every time we make a new
video.
Thanks again. All right, guys, thanks. All right, let's get started. Now that that's over, I'm going to start with the platinum. Okay, this is our Stone Coat Countertop Platinum. We recently came up with this formulation. We've been working on it for quite some time. And what this answers is a couple of things. And the reason I'm using this is because it's designed for the person who has experience. This video is going to be information that's not your basic information. This isn't the easiest techniques I'm going to use. These are techniques that I do to try to set myself apart from my competition. This is how I bring in the years and years of experience I have with coatings, and I'm going to give you my best shot, and I'm going to do it live. So if I epically fail, you'll see it right now. I might delete it really fast, but we're not, have we done that yet?
Negative.
No, we've always kept it up, man. So Mitch is behind the keyboard. He's asking questions. He's gonna actually relay the questions that are applicable to what we're doing. Okay. I chose this color, Chris. Check that color out. That's fire orange. Okay, I chose that color as one of the accent colors today. The reason I chose that color was because it's pistol shooting hot outside.
Yeah.
Guys, it's summertime. In Oregon, it doesn't usually get this hot.
No.
Man, how hot is it today?
It's like 105 out there.
105 in the shade. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Man, so we're using fire orange. So we're going to start off. How hot is it where you are today? I need to know where we need to go respite. Like, we got to go make a video right now wherever it's the coolest.
Right. Last year, this time, I think we were in Florida doing that project.
Oh.
That was nice.
Yes. Florida on the boat, making countertops while we float. All right, guys. So where are you at? How hot is it? And let me go ahead and go over the recipe because this is a new show on the channel. Okay, remember, subscribe so you know when we're doing this again. We're going to do it on a regular basis. And this show is when we come up with a palette that we really like, we're going to teach you a recipe and techniques that are the most fresh and new and the easiest way to get an outcome that looks exotic, an outcome that's repeatable, that your customers will love, that the masses will go, man, that looks pretty sick. I would have that in my house, my vanity, my hearth, my floor, maybe my shower walls, and more. Okay, so what is it about this training that's different? It's complex. It's gonna be the best I got. I'm not holding back because I'm trying to make it easy for you. This is people who have experience and want to use the platinum. So Mitch, you're gonna create a spot on our website.
Yeah.
What's that gonna look like? How's that work, man?
It's gonna be a portal where you're gonna find all these, right? We're gonna upload this video after it's gonna live in our YouTube channel. Are they gonna help us name these pieces?
Oh, good point. So the title of this video was Stone Coat Color Training.
Right.
That's not gonna remain the title. Each of these we're gonna ask for you to kind of be inspired on what should we name this recipe. You know, if you look at names on swatches at like the paint store, they come up with some funky names.
Sometimes they're awesome though, right?
So you know what? If you come up with the name, maybe we give you a prize, huh?
That's a good idea.
So be thinking of a name. Throw that out there while we're going. If we choose the name, I don't know. We haven't even discussed what a prize is.
But we'll make it good, right?
We're typically pretty generous with the prizes. So this is going to be the first of that new journey of color training.
Color training portal.
And we're going to make it easy. Let's start with the recipe, okay? You'll put the recipes on that portal?
Everything included in this piece, we'll put that on the portal along with, you know, a breakdown of how you did it, the different techniques used.
And you're working on a portal right now.
Right.
A training portal for basics.
Basics and pretty much going over existing or starting from scratch. It's going to be the best portal yet.
It's going to be countertops from scratch.
Yep.
Whether you're going over laminate, solid surface,
right,
tile, whatever it may be, you're going to have a full-on basics. Here's how you mix. Here's how you pour. Here's how you prep.
Correct.
And then you're going to do that for building from scratch using wood or concrete or whatever substrate you choose to build with. Here's how you do it. We also have that for wood.
Woodworking, that is live right now.
And showers?
Showers is live right now.
How much did you charge for all that training?
Just hit the subscribe button and share with your friends.
Boom!
Mountain to 1 million.
Yes, we're going to 1 million subs, baby.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yes, very cool. All right. Guys, I know what you're saying right now. Get on with it, bro. We're sick of you talking. I get it. I hear you through the camera. Are they saying that, Chris? Are you hearing them?
I don't hear anything except you.
I heard them. They said, Mike, shut up and show me what you got.
Yes.
All right, so let's go over the recipe. We got black spray paint. We got white spray paint. We got dark bronze spray paint. And because it's pistol shooting hot, we got fire orange spray paint. This looks like a flamboyant color. It looks like it's going to ruin the piece. You would say, no way do I want that in my house. But I'm going to use it as an accent and a subtle flare that's going to actually look natural. And I like mixing this with other colors. Okay, I'm going to use our pewter metallic, our white metallic. Our new packaging is super awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, it's double bagged so nothing blows up in your box. And it's glove friendly, so when I'm sticky, it still opens easy.
Reseals nicely.
White dye, black dye, all of this is found on our website, including our black glitter. Some of you may be asking, Mike, you're an adult and you're gonna play with glitter. The answer is yes. Don't judge me. It's gonna be cool. All right. Platinum. Why platinum? We have our stone coat art coat. We have our stone coat original, the heat resistant coating that really changed the way that you think about remodeling. Okay, those coatings are fantastic. But as a professional, oftentimes you want to get your job done very quickly. You want to move on. You want to install that day. You want to get it installed. You want your customer to be able to use it the next day. You need scratch resistance, heat resistance. You need it to be able to be poured in the cold and in the heat. You need it predictable and repeatable. You need it non-yellowing outside in the sun because it's summertime, fire orange. And that's what this does, okay? So the platinum, reduced working time, it sets up fast. You're gonna see how long I can still work with it. But what I like about it is, you know, when you're using resin, and sometimes you wanna do techniques where you drag like curing resin, maybe like strings that are left in the bucket, or you're gonna scrape drips and you don't want them to stalactite back, or you're gonna do taped off edge, and when do I pull my edges, and the timing on those things. So the platinum speeds that process up. So I get to start these techniques I used to have to wait a number of hours for. I wait about 45 minutes for. So in this tutorial, I'm gonna use the platinum, and this would be ready in a couple of hours for the clear coat. And I'm gonna do the same thing, the same coating as a clear coat. A lot of people are asking, can I use platinum over normal stone coat countertop epoxy or your art coat to add UV protection? Yeah, absolutely you can, but you're only as protected as your foundation, okay? The non-yellowing in art coat is second to none in the industry. This up levels that, okay? So if we wouldn't recommend doing art coat outside in the direct sunlight indefinitely. You're gonna amber, you're gonna yellow over time, much less than the competition, but goodness gracious, this changes that ball game. It doesn't yellow. So let's go. Let's make a color. Yeah, what's up, brother? Yes, what's the question?
While we're on this topic,
yeah.
Can the platinum be used on tumblers?
Yeah, you know, the platinum is different with the additives of the UV resistance and the set time. It's not as user friendly. So if you're brand new to tumblers, you're gonna want something that doesn't go real fast. I got people that use our quick coat for tumblers. The problem with quick coat is it's not UV stable, okay? The platinum, people are already doing tumblers with it, and it's laying out really good, but you gotta get your stuff done and leave it alone to let it tumble around, move, and level, because it sets up. I still got, man, in this temperature right now, It's 76 degrees. I'll be able to work with this for a good 25 minutes or so. Can it work with tumblers? Yeah, I think so. I think you'd have a good, do it. Tell us what you think. People are already giving us pretty good feedback on that. It wasn't designed for tumblers, but tumblers are popular and they're crazy what you can do with them. So tumble away. All right, man, I got a little shard on here. So something about this video is, man, this is truly kind of behind the scenes. This is exactly what we do to test and how we create recipes. So I don't even know what I'm gonna make right now. I'm just gonna go for it.
Let's do this, I'm excited.
I'm kind of nervous to get started.
You look nervous.
How long has it been since we've been going live right now?
15 minutes.
You guys have waited 15 minutes for me to get started. Thank you. All right, here we go. Okay, oh wait, show them my bucket. Show my bucket, Chris. This is the official Stone Coat Countertop bucket. All right, here we go. All right, start firing those questions off. This is a 2-to-1 ratio. I'm gonna mix for 2 minutes using a drill. I'm gonna do part A first, the resin. I'm gonna add the hardener, and I'm gonna go 2-to-1. You need about 3 ounces per square foot for normal techniques. For an exotic pour like I'm gonna do today, you're gonna need 4 ounces or so. You want more so that it flows easier. I'm gonna do a wash coat in black, and then I'm gonna just see where it takes me. It's kind of like a relationship with each and every piece. You start out with good intentions and just see where it goes. All right, here we go.
Can you use the platinum outdoors year round?
As far as the install, or as far as
can it live outside?
You're only as good, like I said, you're only as good as your foundation. So let's say you made your base out of paper mache. Platinum is not going to keep paper mache good outdoors year round. It's not going to keep particle board safe. It's not going to keep MDF safe. It's not going to keep plywood safe. You're going to need a waterproof substrate. Well, there's a number of them, but the most, I'd say, safe would be concrete. Concrete doesn't shrink and swell in the torrential downpours. It does, it does have its own drawbacks. It's more difficult to do. But if I was going to do something outside and I want it to be evergreen and just last no matter what, I'm going to make it out of concrete. The coating is going to do well. So yeah, that's how I'd approach it. It's probably not the answer most people want to hear. Yeah, this goes over wood outside year round. You know what? It's going to last for a while. Heck, it might even last for years. But for me and my clients, I don't want to be afraid of a phone ringing because I got something outside that's delaminating because the wood underneath is swelling because it got moisture entrained, especially if you didn't seal the underside. There's ways to do that really safe. However, if I'm going to go safe, I'm going to go concrete and then coating. You agree, bro?
Definitely.
All right. So once I mix these, my clock really starts, okay? With my normal Stone Coat Countertop epoxy, I'm not in a hurry. But I better be planned out, ready to go. I got a lot here. I'm gonna need other projects, man. We're gonna coat something else if we got more here. Cool. I usually mix more than I need, especially when I'm doing a live video, because I'm nervous I'm going to make a mistake and drop half my product, and then I'll have to mix again. So we got plenty. We're going to test, and we got plenty of little samples ready and prepped too. All right. This is really thin. The viscosity is thinner than our normal resin. Our normal resin, because it gives you so much open time, you don't want it to be really thin because it's going to flow off the edges. The platinum, because it sets up pretty fast for me and stops moving, I could have it thin, which aids in an exotic pour where you tilt the piece and you want it to flow. You don't have to heat it up a bunch. It's going to move for me. That's why I have my edges taped. I got them taped so I don't lose any material over the edge until I'm ready. It also retains its color on the edge because it slows down and stops much faster than other products will. Okay, there's a lot of benefits to the faster set time, but it's not designed for the guy who's never done this before. So if you're new here, let me know, like, how long have you been watching this channel? Is this the content you're looking for? If it isn't, what do you like most on our channel? And if you want more of this, you have to subscribe. We're gonna look at the number of subscribers that we get from this content. And if it's a lot, we're gonna keep doing this content. We're actually gonna start judging your vote on that subscribe button. If you like it, subscribe. Because if we don't get movement there, that means you don't like it.
Yep. And I have a good question on the platinum. What is the max depth per pour of the platinum?
1/8 inch.
1/8 inch, same as the normal countertop.
Yep. 1/8 inch.
Awesome.
What about platinum over tile?
Yep. Same process as our epoxy. You need to stabilize that tile, make it a solid surface using a cementous product, turn it into concrete, go. Now you know.
Quite a few new viewers here. That's awesome. Welcome, guys.
Welcome. If you're new here, welcome, welcome. If you're just tuning in, you avoided the last 20 minutes of nonsensical babbling, and we appreciate that. You know, we've been really keyed into not doing that. We take your time very seriously. We don't want to waste your time. But I think that the other side of that coin is sometimes we leave out information that we take for granted as obvious, but we don't want to leave you wanting. We want you to have the information so you feel confident in changing the way that you think about remodeling. We want you to know this ain't that hard. And so despite this being a complex color, you're gonna go, my goal is at the end, you go, you know what, if that's the best he's got, gosh dang, I could still do that. That's not that hard. And you know, our mantra, guys, what we truly believe is, you got this. And if we think that you got this, I truly believe it. I mean, you're gonna see that we ain't playing. All right, here we go.
We have a subscriber here for 3 years. It's their first comment. And she started subscribing from your Black Galaxy video in your house.
Yes, what's her name?
Angel.
Angel, you've been here since the OG Black Galaxy in the shop. Angel, what do you think about the evolution of our channel? Can you tell, like 4 years ago, this is not a lie. 4 years ago, I didn't know how to turn on a laptop. I'm not kidding. Like, I still type really slow.
Well, you did say, what's HD? What do you mean?
I didn't know what HD was.
Yeah.
I uploaded in 240p on a flip share camera. Dang it. I told you how easy this was to open. I can't open this with my gloves on, man. I didn't know anything I was doing with camera equipment, but what I did notice is our channel exploded. And what I attribute that to is not our production value, not that I'm like pretty, because I'm pretty ugly, not anything like that. I attributed that to the content, to the fact that we really teach something that helped us grow a local business. And when we go to home shows, we get amazing feedback, and every contractor says, man, I want to add that to my business. So we have some information that people really appreciated. So we attribute that to you like what we're teaching, and so please continue to watch, continue to support. And you know, there's a few things that help a YouTube channel. Number one is engagement. Okay, so if we get you to answer a question, got lots of fumes in the air. I usually have my vacuum on, but I didn't turn it on. Whoa, no, I'm kidding. All right. Engagement, answering questions. That helps trigger the algorithm, the fact that you like what we're saying. Yeah, please. Number two, subscribing, ringing the bell to get notified when we have a new video. When you watch our new content, that means the algorithm goes, hey, they actually watched the whole thing. They liked it. They stayed on YouTube. That means we're going to keep promoting this content, because YouTube says if they stay on our platform and they like it, we're going to keep promoting Stone Coat Countertops. So our goal in all of this is to simply give you the content that you like. And if you like our content, man, I don't even know what I put in this. Let me just add some more of this. All right, if you like our content and we do a good job, you're gonna help support us. So part of this is your responsibility. If you want us to continue making this type of content, we're going to start judging that by if you subscribed or not during this content. So if you're new here, hit that subscribe button if you want advanced color training in the portal for free. And I'd say that this content that we're giving right now, how much is this worth, Mitch?
Oh, lots of money if it's a master class, man. You're learning from years of experience, and then with the content that comes along with it on the website, the step-by-step, all the products put together. It's going to be a system for taking your business to the next level.
Yeah, I mean,
what was in here? Oh, that was the glitter.
Yeah, the black glitter.
Yeah.
All right, this is the white. All right.
Right.
All right, here we go, man. Here we go. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to pretend I know what I'm going to do. But here's what I do know. I do know that no matter what, there's always a way to make these pieces look good. You just can't give up on it. So you're going to see me go for it, guys. Another thing is I'm going to use acetone. I got some acetone in this bottle. And the fact that everybody's trying to have a hard time finding alcohol right now, I'm going to try our dispersion technique using acetone as opposed to alcohol, just to show you the difference. I got a funnel here. I got some pewter right here. I'm going to add about half a bag to 8 ounces. I already got some acetone. Let me put a little bit more acetone in there just to wash that down my funnel. Have you noticed that my sense of urgency has picked up? That means this is going to set up on me, so I better get going. But you also notice that I got a little time. So let's go for it.
Instead of isopropyl, what'd you just use in there?
I just used acetone. So this one's isopropyl, this one's acetone, so we could kind of test it. So stay tuned. I'm going to test those different... Hey, Luke, can you get on this little camera here and really bring, you know, Chris, you decide when they need to see up close. You guys work together on like, try to bring the audience into this piece. Try to show them what we're doing as clearly as you possibly can, okay? All right. I got my popsicle sticks I'm taking out. I got my clear bucket over there. I got my spray paints organized over here. I got my colors. I'm going to do a slight exotic pour setup in here right now. Boom, boom. I'm going to go pistol shooting hot. I'm going to go dark bronze. Guys, did you know that we actually have an account now with Rust-Oleum and very competitive pricing on spray paint? So don't forget to go check out what we got available. It might surprise you. Oh, that's going to be a pretty combination, guys. This is going to look very natural. Very, very natural. Okay.
What is the effect of humidity on the coating?
Shouldn't have that much of an effect, guys. I mean, if you're high humidity, sometimes it's a little bit faster setup. But we're getting people in the deep south right now doing this that have no problem. So you're fine.
Yeah, this here was from Louisiana, so that's perfect. You should be good to go.
Okay, here we go. Start pouring these out. You see that I'm punching perfectionism in the face, guys. I got all my colors out here. I said I was going to do a wash coat in black. So I'll put this one down right here in the middle. Okay. Take some of this dark bronze. I'm going to save some of this because I don't want to use all that. I think what I'm going to do is just start spreading this out, man. That fire orange is intense, so I got to be careful about how much of that I use. I like my blacks, my whites, my silvers. They're all natural. Everybody likes the non-aggressive palette. And so if you're going to do a home show, you got to show a client that you could do what they want. A lot of people can't see past color. If there's a color they don't like in there, they're going to freak out, even though that looks really cool. So just keep that in mind. Show some some colors that appease the masses. Okay, I'm using a stick right now, a little popsicle stick as a squeegee. And that's a really cheap tool to be able to do a wash coat. And what this wash coat does is it prevents surface tension when I do a pour over this, okay? So one thing that you'll notice when you're working with coating is substrates will almost create like a dry spot that if you don't tap or touch or push or prod, it will just simply avoid that spot as it dries, and you'll get like a void or a divot or a pit right there. So that's what I'm doing here, is just applying a wash coat so that I apply these colors, it's going to slip and slide over this. So this is really my darks. This is something that what'll happen too is the coating's going to flow out, and this color is going to come to the top in the form of a vein. So where I do my 2 separate pours or 3 separate pours that I'm about to do, this color will squeeze in between. And it looks pretty cool already. All right, so I'm just going to take now some of my lighter colors, just do a few solid colors right down this. Okay. And then I'm going to do some of this black glitter just to give it some clear. I'll do that on top. I like clear on top with a little bit of black glitter. All right, do a little bit of this bronze, and I'm kind of going perpendicular to what I did before. I'm going to rub this out with my hands just to get rid of man-made effects. Okay, then I'm going to take this and I'm going to just start pouring it. Ready? Let's go to this camera. Yep, here we go. This is that bucket I prepped. Oh yeah. I like that palette, man. I'm using a lot of earth tones in this recipe. You see how low key that fire orange is actually becoming.
Real subtle now. That's cool.
You know, sometimes the more creative you get, the more advanced your technique looks, and you almost got to not care. Like, okay, if this doesn't turn out, I'm okay with that. And those pieces, when you're that free and loose, I'm telling you, they become the best because you're not overthinking it. You're going with it. And that's what I'm doing here. And I'm doing it live. So if I mess up, I'll have to eat my words. What do you guys think? Do you like the color so far? Did you answer how hot is it where you are?
Yeah. Can
you do this in the heat? Yes. I wouldn't do it outside in the direct sun. If you're going to do it outside, maybe wait for a day that the sun isn't going to just beat down on your piece. That's never a good option when you're doing coatings and stuff. This would be a showstopper. If somebody's coming by my booth and they see something like this, I like the contrast of the dark below and above this, man. This looks like onyx. This looks like a fire onyx. That's a good name. This looks like a oh my gosh.
Good names up there.
So guys, remember, we're looking for names. Name that piece. Okay? What would you name this? Golly, I like this. I like this. This is beautiful. All right. I'm going to go ahead and start mixing some more of these in there. I'm just taking some of my excess and just pouring it in this bucket. Okay, I'm going to move this around with the torch a little bit just to make it look more realistic. What do you think, Luke?
I think you're onto something.
Yep. Yeah, we are brothers from the same mother. Mitch and I have been supporting one another for a long time and love working together, right? At least I do. I don't know about you.
Air conditioning okay while pouring platinum?
It's going for in our building right now. Normally I turn all that stuff off, but it's hot and I don't want to let that get in. But this sets up so fast that I don't think that's going to be as big of an issue. I'm going to actually peel this tape right now. Okay, I'm going to let this stuff start flowing over. We got 2 layers of masking tape here. So I'm just going to peel that off and then I'm going to rub out my edges. Did I get your computer?
Well, I was going to help you, but I don't have gloves on, so I wouldn't have time.
All right. Luke, you want to make sure that that they can see this piece with that handy cam. I think that's honestly sometimes, like, I like bringing that camera in because, I mean, goodness, it's just a USB camera, like, but it really shows up close. I mean, do you guys like that? To Luke really showing you what this stuff does. I really haven't done anything to this piece except for mix some colors and pour it out. But the palette is cool, and I didn't just do long striations. Now I'm rubbing the edges. I did it randomly, so you know I do a lot of striated pieces. However, changing it up is sometimes a really like unlock of what you can do with this. Got a little piece of garbage in there. Let me go to the front. Oh, I'll go that way, Mitch. Sorry, buddy. Boy, this is cool, man.
Cool. Customer here, a viewer's ad, just said she tried the top coat for the first time and loved it. Saved tons of time versus honing.
The ultimate top coat is a game changer. Stay tuned and we could talk more about that if you wish. But I love that stuff, man. All right, Mitch, I'm going to tilt this, see what happens. That's pretty. Wow. The key here, guys, is I used a palette of color that I sincerely just like the colors, and I was okay with however it came out. Like I didn't have anything in mind, but I poured it randomly. I didn't pour this like with I want it to look like wood or be striated or anything like that. I just let it do its thing. I'm gonna go ahead and make a really exotic vein right now. And we're gonna fracture it. Chris, did you keep track of when we started mixing? Like what point in the video? That way we know how long we've worked with this in this heat.
Probably 18 minutes ago.
Okay, that's good to know.
I was going to say that, 15 to 20.
Whoever's watching that is really good with rewinding and looking at math, tell us how long we started mixing this ago. And then that's how long we've been working on it up to this point, and I still got plenty of time to play with it. Stay tuned, I'm going to try to fracture it too, see if I can't screw this up. All right, big vein time. Ready?
Cool. Dang, that fire orange looks awesome in there.
Wow.
That's pretty cool. See how it's kind of a blob right here, Luke? I'm gonna add some spray paint to this just to frame it out.
Exotic sherbet.
Exotic sherbet? Nah, customer doesn't want to buy that. It's got to be something that a customer likes. Autumn sunset. That's cool. That reminds me of I like to do oil paintings. All right, so I'm just gonna feather this out. Maybe fracture that out a little bit. Bring this, kind of drag these edges here. I like that. Dang. That's really, really pretty. All right. I like that so much, I'm going to do another one. Okay. You like that, Chris?
Yes.
You want more of that? I'm going to put more spray paint in this one to get like more cells. Okay. There's white and black in there. Boy, this looks like a mad scientist lab over here. Right, Luke?
It does.
I'm holding my breath.
And talking at the same time.
Yep. I'm only exhaling. Let me show you something. All right, guys. Back to seriousness, because we only work seriously. Anybody answer on how long we've been pouring for yet?
35 to 40 minutes, including time we cut off. No. That's the whole show. So you mixed a good 10,
All right.
20 minutes into it.
Vein placement, man. Like, where would I place the vein? Because this one's kind of weird as far as like, how do I support this? Maybe right here, you know, coming back.
Yeah, tie into it.
Yeah, you know, like this. You know what I'm saying? So you want it to look real. So let's go ahead and do that. This is going to be a fast vein. You ready, Luke? Here we go. Push that over the edge. Oh, that's pretty cool, man. Okay. Let me heat that up and see what happens. You know what? I don't like that one as much as this, so I'm going to just do like a slower pour right in the center of it, just to give that illusion. And that'll push it out further, but it'll make it more complex if you go slower. That's pretty rad. Okay, I'm going to like accentuate some of this. So like right here, I'm going to accentuate this blob with like a border of color. So I'll just follow this. I'll come back. See how it frames that out? Okay, I'll do the same thing over here. That's why it's good sometimes to just mix more than what you need. Not because I'm trying to sell you more coating, it's because it gives you options. Spider veins, baby. Now that it's dripping out at that consistency, I can just start doing fractures. It's not wiggling. You don't want to drink too many energy drinks before you do this, or else they'll be all squiggly. You got to move fast. All right, let's mix up another bucket of that, because that, to me, adding the layers is pretty cool. I do want to add, like, see this gray right here? That to me looks a little fake. So I'm going to grab some black on my stick and just drag it right through that. And that'll make that gray look more complex. And I don't just drag it once, I'm dragging it multiple times until I'm happy. And then instead of putting it in squiggly, I move it with heat squiggly.
How big is this piece you're working on, Mike?
2 foot by 8 foot. Look at that. That looks awesome. Woo! That is cool. That's a cool vein. That's exciting. So unlock there. Fast pour, slow pour on top. Let it flow. Let it go. It looks real. That is really cool. All right, let's get out this alcohol and spray paint. Okay, I'm grabbing some drips right now because I see a dry spot, and I'm just touching that dry spot up. Okay, I see some tension here. I'm just tapping, but I know I'm doing a color coat. So even though I'm doing a clear coat, tomorrow I can tap this. Now remember, I did just a wash coat, so some points might be a little low. That's okay. When I flood this tomorrow, it's gonna take care of that. I got a bunch of goo right here that I can start filling in low spots. So boom, I'll just take my hand, just add that. And sometimes those become some of your coolest spots. Just kind of be the rock. Like I'm manufacturing a spot in the rock right now that's a little unique. Now I don't like just like that squiggly, so I'll touch it or heat it or do something there. Here's the black. I'm gonna frame this big thing here with black. Okay, now this is, remember I said about the time? This is coming out much slower now, okay? So I'm gonna let it start to flow, and then I'm gonna follow that vein. Okay, boom, I'll bring maybe a couple more of those. Maybe on the whole piece. Give myself some dark accents. Okay, that's looking cool. All right, time to fracture. Layers, you want layers, you want complexity. The more complex you make it, the more realistic it looks. All right, acetone. Let's go acetone first, that's this one. I'm gonna shake it. I'm gonna get it spritzing, not pouring, but spritzing. That's why it's important on your ratio. You don't want too much powder or else it won't come out. You don't want too little or else you get no accent of color, okay? Where's my black spray paint? I like to do this with black. What's the part that to me is a little boring? I don't know. I don't like all the blobs right here, so let's just try this. I'm gonna fog it with some black. I'm gonna just spritz it. Boom. Boom. That's the acetone. That actually gives you a really tight pattern. Cool. It darkened it up. Let's try the alcohol. Let's see how that acts different, okay? Man, I don't want to mess any of this up. Let's go over to this corner here. So I'm going to test the spray first. Make sure, okay, that's coming out how I want it. Okay, here's my little man-made thing, but let me fracture over that. Okay, ready? See how it's a little bit different. It opens it up a little more. Now, some of the questions we get is, why doesn't the fracturing do what it does on Mike's videos? Well, I keep spraying alcohol here, it creates a flood, okay? If I give it more alcohol to flow, it'll actually look cool for a minute, and then it all comes back together because it's got a flood on there. That's sick. Look back over here at the acetone. Pretty cool. It's perfect for some areas. If you want more open fracturing, the alcohol does it for you. Okay. Can I pop bubbles with denatured alcohol? Yeah, you can, but it's just not as effective as a torch. All right, let's do another section. I'm gonna do this section right here. I'm sticking with the alcohol. I like that better. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Golly, that's sick. I'm gonna do it over here too. Kind of in this section here. Just spritzing it enough to open up that paint. I like black because it contrasts and kind of pops the rest of what's underneath it. Do a little bit of that right there. Oh yeah. Now, you might get some dimples and stuff like that from the alcohol. It really doesn't matter. Like I said, tomorrow I'm doing a clear coat and I'm happy with that. What I don't like here is how this vein is going this way. It's coming off at an angle. So I'm just going to take this and kind of manipulate that it goes that way. And it's going to stay now because it's starting to get thicker. Okay. Now I turn that vein that way, and then I'll torch that a little bit just to move it so that it melds together. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to come in here with the torch, and I'm going to look for things like this. Like, this is getting a little too big for me. Okay, this is a big dot, so I'm just going to touch it a little bit because I don't want just big old dot, and then I'll torch that out, leave it alone. I'm going to come here. This is like a big dot here. I'm just going to tappy tap, torchy torch. Okay, leave it alone. Go on your next one. This is a real dark spot. Does that look realistic? Enough. All it needs is that. Right here, that looks fake. That little dot right there. Touch. Touch. There's not much that I need to do. I just start evaluating what jumps out to me. If it jumps out to me, it'll probably jump out to my client. Okay? See this now? That vein? It needs, I need to drag a little bit of this white right here. Boom. So I'm going to bring that white. Okay? Now watch this. I'm going to put a little bit of white spray paint in there, and I'll create some lacing. Okay? So I'm going to spray my stick, just drag a little bit of paint right there, kind of lift it up, come back the same direction. Now I got straight up white paint there. I got to be careful because if I just torch that alone, it's probably going to light on fire because it's spray paint. So let's just add a little bit of this material right here. This is just our white that's left in that bucket. We're just going to mix that a little bit, and then I'm going to torch this and watch what happens. See, this stuff starts to really look cool now. I get to...
And a customer's asking at this stage...
Yeah. Look at the lacing that does right there with just a tiny bit of spray paint.
That piece is looking great.
Okay, so now I'm just going to accentuate things. So I look at these shapes. Okay, I got a shape here. So I'm going to take some of this white, start letting it come off, and I'm going to trace this shape. Okay, trace this part. Follow that path. Okay, I'm going to trace this shape. Okay, there's just these, just kind of get in your inner artist. And what do you want to kind of follow? What do you want to trace?
Mike, do you remember how much resin you mixed up? It wasn't a full kit, right?
No, not even close to a full kit. I think it was like 100 ounces or less.
Yeah, cool.
But I got a little bit left. I got quite a bit left over here, actually. Okay, I'm going to pop this. Yeah, I like these white lines are bringing it back to bright. Just kind of following shapes that appear like they want to be pronounced. Is this the Epoxy Academy that you're looking for? Do you see that it is... We're having fun. Okay, I'm going to now take some of this and just lay it out. Watch this. Okay, I'm going to continue this off the edge. Nice. I like that white on top. Let's do that more right over here. Yes. That's really fun. Let me come out front. Go right here. This doesn't take a lot more time. So if you're charging your customers, you can command more money for this artistic stuff I'm doing right now. But in fact, you want to do it. You want them to say yes to this because it's going to get you more jobs. People are going to see this. Everybody shares things on Facebook. They want to talk about the artisan that did their countertops. So if you're that artisan because you're reasonable and you go above and beyond for them, you're gonna land more jobs. You're gonna build a name and a reputation faster. You don't want to shortchange yourself, but be reasonable. This I would do all day long for free. Golly, this is awesome. So I'm just grabbing other colors that are still like setting up and just adding complexity to the piece. I'm just tracing with color. And don't judge it right at first. Like, let it do its thing, guys. Don't panic. If you're a perfectionist, stop watching this video. I'm serious. You're gonna hate this. If you can relax and have fun and let it do its thing, it's like seeing the forest through the trees. You can't judge it till you step back. Like, Chris, how far back from a painting are you supposed to be when you look at it? You were telling me?
Oh, it's supposed to look good whether you're 2 inches or 20 feet away from it.
Oh, dang it. Well, never mind. That doesn't prove my point. Look at this, Luke. Luke, Chris, say like 10 feet or something.
10 feet.
Yes, 10 feet. See that? I'm going to just scoop that up. Okay. Now I'm going to come here and add. I love that I can do this right now. I used to have to wait sometimes hours for this, huh, Mitch?
Yeah, right. Yeah, when you're done, you go eat lunch. Now you're ready for clear coat at that point.
Look at that. That's like stringy already.
That's awesome.
But you can use that lack of working time to your benefit.
Correct.
Yes.
Edge looks cool too.
Oh yeah, look at that edge, Luke. Look at how good those edges lay out. So I'm just going right through anything light. I don't care what I'm cutting off. It's okay. Wow. What do you guys think? I want to know, like, tell me for real, did you think I was screwing it up at any point?
Greg's comment, just as you said that. I love how it comes together. I always start out with such little faith.
Yes. Yes, you were honest, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
How would you price this job? A viewer's asking, Mike.
All right, let's find out right now. Guys, if you are a customer, what are you going to pay for this piece right here? You tell me. Let's focus group this. Look at that, Luke. Oh, yes. That is sweet. So I don't like how this stops, so I'm going to hide it. See that? How it abruptly stopped? Maybe then I just turn that corner because that rock didn't allow that mineral to keep going. Yes. All right, Luke. All I'm doing here is just scraping up junk that poured off. There we go. I got some. I'm going to come right here and accentuate this white one here. Okay.
So we're now an hour into it, Mike. You've probably had that mixed for 40 minutes, 45 minutes or so.
Excellent. So, of course, it's not self-leveling the same as it did in the beginning. Of course not. But I'm absolutely loving the fact that I can come in here and perform this in about an hour from now. This is going to be dry to the touch. And I could probably do my clear coat then, just depending on your environmental conditions. So that's not a perfect timeline. You gotta keep in mind that you live in a dew point and humidity and temperature and elevation and all the other variables that may or may not matter. So fact is you can do this much faster. Do I sound like an idiot right now, Mitch?
Nope.
Guys, question of the day. Do I sound like an idiot?
Craig did say, where's his wife to take the stick out of his hand?
He's so right. He's so right. Catherine, you know what? Catherine is a mom first and a business professional second. And because we've evolved this business, she's been blessed to be able to go home and raise our 4 boys. Hope she's watching this. It was just her birthday on July 24th. We went to the waterfalls. We just had a blast together as a family. We love to hike and go to nature and get inspired on what we're going to do next. So if you're watching, Catherine, I love you very, very much. And this piece is sick, and I'm glad you weren't here to tell me to take the stick out of my hands, because I'm going to keep going.
She would have about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, she would have told me to stop. But that's a pro tip, okay? The pro tip is it's kind of hard to screw it up. I always think I'm going to, but I mean, come on, look at this. It's not screwing it up.
How long to, 2 questions, 2 different viewers here. How long to cure and how long to wait to do the top coat?
Oh man, this is going to be ready for clear tomorrow. Be ready to install. After you do the top coat, you can do it the next day after you do your clear. Sand really good before you do that. We're about to release a good tutorial on that, on how to apply that clear coat like a pro. It's very easy, very consistent. I'm going to scrape drips while I talk. Okay. Luke, all I'm doing here is scraping drips. I don't know if I answered the question though, Mitch. Did I? I wasn't even listening to myself.
Yeah, I think you did. Is this platinum heat resistant and food safe for kitchens?
Yeah, that was kind of what hung it up, is we had to make sure, because of the situation in society right now, it took longer to go through FDA, and absolutely, it's approved food safe. It's zero, it's 100% solids. There's 0 solvents in this. So it's actually easier for us to do a lot of things because there's no solvents in it. It's not flammable. When you torch it, you're not going to catch it on fire, things like that. So beware of the coatings that you're using. Make sure you understand, just because you see us do something in a video, all epoxies are absolutely not created the same. So be sure to educate yourself in this deep dive training. We've left a lot out on like the basics of it, how to mix, how to prep your board. You want to make sure you have good adhesion. If you haven't seen any of that, go check out some of our videos on those basic parameters.
Wow. So Mike, this viewer here says, hey Mitch, you remember coming to visit Mike in Mountain Home, Idaho? I have a story about that I need to share with you guys.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Wait, who is that?
Meow Bacca.
They know Meow Bacca. Yeah. You know me from Mountain Home, Idaho?
Uh-huh. That's pretty neat.
Oh, they go way back.
Cool. I think I was a senior in high school.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah, that was an interesting experience. Mountain Home, Idaho. Who knows where Mountain Home, Idaho is? It's an Air Force town.
Sugden.
Oh, Lance Sugden. Oh yeah, what's up, Sugden? Love you, bro. Miss you, man. Okay.
You'll have to get an explanation on his YouTube name later.
I got some stories on Sugden. I cannot. Yeah, why are you named that on YouTube? Yeah, let's hear. Meow. Mitch, you have the best Chewbacca growl I've ever heard. Can you do that again? Yes. You get what you pay for here, guys. Entertainment, Chewbacca style. Oh, goodness. Look at this. So now that I've scraped those drips, I'm just coming under here with my hand. I'm being careful not to erase like some of the effects. But, oh, look at this, Luke. We got a whole reservoir of fun right here. That's what you get late. See how that's almost translucent? Veins and fracturing. This piece down here is still bothering me right here, how it's curving. I don't know if it should though, maybe not. Maybe that doesn't bother me. Maybe that's cool. That's kind of our focal point of this is this weird vein. So maybe what I'm gonna do is just put something right down the middle of that to make me happy. I'll start over here and I'll just go big. This is risky because I could mess up the look.
Hey, what is the best top coat for a matte finish?
The ultimate top coat is the best top coat this side of the Mississippi and that side of the Mississippi.
That was a softball.
Yeah, it was. Thank you, Mitch. So I'm going to take this here and just kind of wire it out. I usually don't do like super obvious like veins, but look at what that just did, man. That's sick. Now, I know what you're thinking. I heard you through the video saying, bro, that's really like jelly right now. It's starting to be hard. Will it level? Look at the bump. Like, even if this doesn't level out, I'm going to sand this tomorrow before, like, I'll sand this if it's high points, if there's high bumps, because I'm going late. I'm adding, man, this is sick. I'm adding fracturing. And so if you got high points before you clear, 220, random orbital sander, flatten it out, and then pour a clear. It'll lay out like a sheet of glass.
Woo.
Okay, man.
Harold asks, how long does it take to do a project like that? And we're 67 minutes in. You mixed.
I talked though.
40 minutes. 40 minutes since you've been working.
40 minutes. 40 minute time, and I'm still working on it. Now that's a little misleading, guys, because I could not take what's in those buckets now and like get the same result I did in the original pour, but I'm using this time to add veins, and none of these veins are going to travel off my piece. That's a benefit. Okay, I don't have to keep the tape up there a long time. I'm actually tending to my drips as we go here, so I don't have to come back and sand those or scrape those 4 hours later. This is beautiful, Mitch.
Yeah, it is.
That's kind of conceited, man, but I did a really good job. What do you think, Chris?
I like it.
Chris, you studied art in college.
Yep.
Chris keeps us grounded in that. He makes sure that we don't go too far off of, but you know what? I tend to push those limits, right, Chris?
How so?
Well, I wasn't formally trained in art. I just sometimes go a little crazy, like my wife says, and don't put down the stick. But that's okay. Just keep working it. Just keep creating.
I've been told that you can spend 80% of the time on 20% of the details that make 80% of the difference.
I'd say that's true. Guys, can you hear what Chris, that was absolutely profound. I think you should.
That was from a guy who worked at DreamWorks.
Oh man, you worked with people who worked at DreamWorks?
One guy.
That's pretty awesome, man. That must be a fun professor. Okay, I'm torching out the bubbles. Chris, you got that penny?
I do.
Can I see it, man? I want to show these guys something. Don't leave, guys. You're going to want to see this. All right. Oh, you got to go. Let's go. Let's go back to this handy cam so I could show this to everybody.
Okay.
All right. So This is a piece that I did with our ultimate top coat, okay? Can you see the sheen difference there, Luke, in that shot? So there's the normal epoxy, and then there is the ultimate top coat on it, okay? That ultimate top coat, it still retains all that color. It still looks good. It gives it a more natural finish. It doesn't have, like, look at the reflection of the light, okay? When it goes right into that top coat, it looks more natural. It's not like reflective. It doesn't show scratching. It's actually very scratch resistant. And let me show you, like, this is a penny. Okay. When I do that up here to the epoxy, it's gonna have some issues. Okay, it's not as scratch resistant. Okay, so be sure to understand that this ultimate top coat is extremely scratch resistant. It's heat resistant. It's impact resistant, just like the epoxy is impact resistant. It gives you the characteristics that a lot of people are looking for, as far as you're going to get that natural shine without a bunch of sanding. It's easy to apply. It's easy to maintain. It's easy to clean. It's food safe. And this piece right here is absolute functional art. It would justify a pretty high-end countertop. So if you recap the steps, guys, I picked out a color palette, okay? Let's say you hate this color palette. Let's say you just couldn't live with that fire orange. First of all, what's wrong with fire orange? Second of all, that's okay, because you could adjust that palette. You could put whatever it is you want in that color palette and do the same technique and have a different piece. You can use that exotic pour technique and just pour all over this thing and let the colors do what it did here in this vein. Simply put, if you use high quality materials and you know that you're not afraid of color, you're not afraid of movement, you're not afraid of layering. I started with darks underneath of that wash coat that I applied with the popsicle stick. Then I went to my bucket and I poured random, like, translucent onyx fire veins underneath it. Then I did real pronounced veins. I framed those. And then I did another one fast and then slow. They look totally different, but they complement one another. I got so much going on here with the fracturing. If I look at this fracturing, that acetone stayed tight in very small droplets. The alcohol, you got to show them this, Luke. Like, look at what that isopropyl alcohol does over that color. Like, that is granite. That looks like granite. Just do a nice, easy flyover as we talk about this. So, this color recipe was absolutely fun. If I wanted to reproduce this and I watched this video, I'm very confident that I could make piece after piece after piece that belongs in the same space. When Mitch and I installed granite countertops, for certain, when somebody bought exotic stones, something that was like not run-of-the-mill with a blotchy pattern, it was more abnormal, had veins running every which way from Sunday. When that was the case, the customers paid a lot of money for that piece. But we also realized that each piece was unique and different. Even though it had the same kind of flavor, it didn't have the same movement. It didn't line up perfectly. It was exotic. And so that same kind of plan goes here, that just because I did techniques on this one, if I use that same palette and did it on different pieces in the kitchen, you're gonna have a very uniform looking kitchen. It'll look like it belongs. Now, this piece hasn't laid out perfect. I got some dips and divots and pits and prods and nibs and nubs, and that's okay. I don't care at this point. Some of our biggest first time complaints is I just did a color coat and it's not flat. Well, of course it's not flat. You're introducing paint and dye and metallic and alcohol and acetone and gloves and dust and whatever else you're gonna throw in that piece. When you do the clear, it's uninhibited by any additive. It's just clear. And so you're gonna trowel it like we teach. You're gonna chop it, you're gonna torch it. And ultimately, if you're gonna do the top coat, if there's an imperfection, you sand that out, apply the top coat. It's your insurance that you're gonna get a very uniform piece. It's gonna be very predictable. Q&A, let's go, Mitch. Any questions?
I've been shooting a bunch out at you. One sec. Are you still holding classes?
Am I still holding classes? Do you want me to? Do you guys want to get on a plane and fly out to Grants Pass, Oregon, out in the middle of nowhere, and take a class in beautiful country that has amazing rivers, beautiful scenery, hiking, fishing, camping? Do you want to come out to Stonecoat headquarters behind the scenes and learn how to do this? Let me know. If there's enough interest, sure, I'll throw on a class. If you guys want to come be on a video, do you want to up-level your... You know what I would do? If I was going to do a class is I would be looking for people who are beyond the basics. You know, I believe that the training that we've provided on our YouTube channel, if you're thorough in that training and you get a kit and you're not afraid to make some sample boards, mimic Mother Nature. We have small sample boards that we do. We even have, can you hand me a little one, Mitch, somewhere that we have laying around here?
Little guy?
Yeah, I mean, we make samples this size. We learn different techniques, small, and then we graduate to larger pieces. Then we do actual jobs with those. So if you've put in the time and you've learned how to do this, I think I could add some value to your game if you want to come play and make something. So let me know. Are you interested?
Tons of yeses.
Okay.
And what about, how long do you have to wait to set heavy items on the platinum?
You know, I wouldn't do the platinum without the top coat. By nature of the non-yellowing, it's not, in my opinion, I wouldn't install this in somebody's house without our top coat on it, because it's not as durable as I'd want. Like, it's going to show some scratches and stuff like that. So every time I use the platinum, I'm going to do our ultimate top coat, and then you could return to service. We just did a dentist office. I poured it in 2 days, and they used it the day after that I poured it, and have been in full service with it and happy. And that's in a commercial environment. So very quickly, I would buy myself some time with my clients. I'd be like, listen, I just poured this, give it a couple days. But Kenny from RK3 Designs, he came out here with Paul's Toolbox, with a couple of my friends, and Rhonda came out. We worked on a project together, and we were under the gun for time, and we poured pieces that day, added the top coat, installed them that night, and used them the next day heavily. And it looks great. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend that. Buy yourself a few days, but quick. It's very fast.
Customer has a countertop from a year ago. They want to do the top coat. Is that possible?
Yeah, the top coat's all about mechanical bond, meaning you got to sand it. You have to adhere to micro scratches. So we use 220 grit. Don't just scuff sand it. Use a random orbital sander and sand that piece so that you get the ultimate bond. It's not like a lacquer where it wakes up what's underneath and bonds. It's not like epoxy on epoxy. It's a urethane on epoxy with, the additives in the ultimate top coat. They're slippery. What that means is it's easy as heck to clean, and it's very durable. There's proprietary stuff in there like stuff harder than ceramic that's going to make it really, really tough. That means if you're going to apply top coats on top of that, you have to sand it, because it won't let other things like another layer of top coat stick to it. So same as the undercoat. On the platinum, I'm going to sand it, and then I'm going to apply that top coat. But I'm going to sand it, and the only adhesion I'm getting is in that sanding. So don't go straight on like just a dried, cured piece. Tacky, you'd probably be okay, but I don't like applying it, the top coat tacky. I want to sand this and remove any nib. Inevitably, every pour you do, you're going to have a piece of dust or something get in it. I don't care. I'll do this in my dusty shop knowing I'm going to sand and polish, or I'm going to sand it and apply the top coat if I'm using platinum.
Does the top coat have a glossy sheen?
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm sorry. This is a glossy sheen. The top coat, so Mitch and I installed how many kitchens of granite over the years, bro? Thousands.
1,000, yeah, easy.
Stone, natural stone, typically isn't this shiny. It's less shiny. And so the reason I like that natural finish is it looks it tricks everybody. Like they think it's real. And so I like that. Plus, you don't see the fingerprints. You don't see the dust. You don't see the light reflection. It's, you know, I should have it on all these pieces behind me so you don't see reflection coming in here as much. So yeah, go ahead and test it out. But no, I've been working on a very glossy finish for it. And the problem is lap lines. You're going to see lap lines if you have a very glossy finish unless you spray it. Yeah, you can get really good at it, but for the masses, I haven't been happy with our gloss formula. So I'm working on that, but we could release it right now, and I'd be doing you a disservice. I wouldn't be happy with it as a customer, so I won't sell it. Our chemists are back to the drawing board on that. In the meantime, the natural finish of that ultimate top coat, game changer.
It feels so much more natural than the high gloss, really.
It does. It does. I love it. I absolutely love it. You know, there's some beams, big old beams in a job I'm working on right now, and we cut them out, and I want to make a shuffleboard table.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, and yeah, you know how good that will work. Yeah. Like it would almost be a shuffleboard table feel without the salt. You know what I mean? Right. Everything glides on it.
Yeah. And it probably won't wear like that.
No.
God dang.
Yeah.
Cool idea. Got a question about tilting. Want to answer that one?
Yeah, let's hear it.
All right. How can I get a tilt effect when I cannot tilt?
Move it with air.
Easy.
Yeah, move it with a heat gun, move it with a torch, move it with a doggone blow dryer if you want to.
Done it.
Instead of gravity, air. Great question, not as effective. This one really, it didn't move all that much when I tilted it. Probably didn't need to. If I can tilt, I usually do just because it erases like man-madeness. But Luke, can you come do like another flyover just so they see that it's not really moving? Like this thing is, I'm gonna actually scrape drips one more time and it won't keep doing drips. So yeah, we're, good questions too. Did they like this form of content, guys?
Yeah, when you asked that question, there was tons of yeses, so everyone wants this class. And tons of people want a class. Tons of people want to know where can they send their money for the class and the cost.
All right, I'm gonna do it then for you guys. All right, I'll do it. What I think I'll do is guys, do you agree? Like, because if I put on an advanced class that you come with experience and we just go deep, very, very deep in these techniques, and we go into those types of things. If we don't have to teach the basics, we could get a lot more done. So I'm asking you to be, bring something to the table. Is that fair? Do you think that's the right approach? I don't want to appear like appreciative of new folks. I'm very much am, but Mitch, folks can learn the basics on our channel.
Yeah, they can learn on the channel, and we have portals on the website as well for epoxy basics. All the basics, and the Facebook Insiders group, Stone Coat Insiders, that is another resource for basics.
Yeah.
Man.
You know, and to be honest, they don't need to come to a class to learn this.
Right.
You don't.
Channel.
I mean, what we're showing tonight, right now, absolutely unedited, real world, this is how you get it done. And man, if I started a business and I'm brand new to this world and I want to get some clients to give me a shot, I'm going to start with Craigslist and I'm going to go buy some tables, some dining tables. I'm going to go to the Goodwill and I'm going to get a few sample pieces of like end tables and things like that. I'm going to buy products. I'm going to practice these techniques, and then I'm going to go to a craft fair. I'm going to go to a flea market. I'm going to go to Etsy. I'm going to go on Facebook Trade or what marketplace. I'm going to go all over there, and I'm going to sell the pieces that I made so that I could at least break even on my training. And I'm going to get all my materials. I'm going to sell my pieces, and I'm going to learn how to do this better and better to become one of the best in the world at it. That's my approach. So I would highly recommend the fact that practice makes perfect, and also to know. Remember what I said about being a perfectionist? Like, don't do this if you're a perfectionist because it'll drive you crazy. But when you're free and loose with what you're doing, and you're open to the materials moving. Epoxy it's got a mind of its own, and the coatings that we're using are not going to do what you tell them to. You're going to accommodate what they're willing to do, and that's what we did in this piece. Is I followed the veins, I followed the colors. If I didn't work fast, I couldn't do this 8-foot piece in the time that I did. Okay, now I worked a long time on purpose. I could redo this now with this recipe and go through it very quickly, especially if I have everything set up. But pro tip, I'm not going to mix more than what I need for an 8-foot run. Right. I'm going to mix that 8-foot run. I'm going to do it. I'm going to be happy with it. And then I'm going to go on to the next 8-foot run that ties in. And I'm going to do it where the working time still works, that they'll marry each other. Or I'll stop at a stove. I'll stop at an end of a counter. I'll stop at the center of a sink where it's easy to meld those together.
Right. One viewer here is asking, they have some platinum and they want to know if they could use it as a flood coat over regular stone coat epoxy.
Yeah, sand it. No matter what you're doing over regular epoxy, this piece actually is an old sample. It had epoxy on it. So we sanded it with 220. Luke, we were actually going to make this into like a edited video, and we started filming, and I sanded an old sample that I didn't like anymore. We've gotten way better since I made it, and we applied our undercoat over that wiped, dust, sanded, apply the undercoat in black. We brought it in, and I was like, Luke, why don't we just go live? Because we've been talking about this ongoing Epoxy Academy, right, online for free. So you should subscribe, by the way, right? Like, come on, man, we're giving it to you for free. Just give us some love. Subscribe, ring the bell to get notified every time we have a new video. Thanks again. Okay, well, I don't even know what we were talking about.
I was answering a question.
Oh, please continue. I'm sorry. Oh, you were typing a question.
I was typing a question.
Oh, Mitch, Mitch is answering questions back there. I don't know. Any more questions?
Can you put this over stained wood?
Yeah, absolutely.
The stain's dry.
Yeah, make sure the stain is dry. Anytime you're going over anything, how's your bond? And so over old epoxy, you got to make sure you bond mechanically. Over laminate, you want to use bonding primer, because laminate, it's pretty tough to sand and get that mechanical bond. The bonding primer first gives you that really, really good adhesion. So any non-porous surface, bonding primer, undercoater, go. Any epoxy finish, you don't need bonding primer. You sand, go. All right, it's really that easy. Also, you know how we test? We have 7 full-time chemists at our disposal. They have, I mean, how many Polytech formulations are there? There's like 50,000 Polytech formulations, and you have the best of them. Okay, right here. Out of 40,000 different formulations in silicones, urethanes, epoxies, resins, in that world, 40,000 formulations, you have the best of them right here, and we're trying to always get better. And I don't know where I was going with that, but I don't remember. Sorry.
We have a couple people still asking, so the platinum does not yellow?
No, it does not. Yeah, it does not yellow. It's awesome. It's more expensive, okay? It's a lot more expensive to manufacture. The formula is not cheap, and it's the best I've ever used, guys. It's absolutely amazing, and we didn't come across it without trial and error beyond belief. So, you know, yes, it's made in the USA. Yes, we formulate it. Yes, it is absolutely one of the best things that I've ever used in my life, and it's only going to get better from here.
Nice.
Okay, guys, I think we're done.
It's awesome.
A couple people want to know if there's a coupon code.
You guys want a coupon? Do we have any coupons, Mitch, still running?
We have one running.
If they stayed this long, we're giving it to them. Epoxy River?
Yeah.
Epoxy River. Come on, you really need a coupon code after all this free training? Epoxy River, man. Is it all lowercase?
Yes, all lowercase.
That was from the
No
River
space.
Table. So if you use Epoxy River, you're bound by law to go watch our River Table video and press subscribe.
And share with your friends.
Because we're sprinting to 1 million subs.
Yeah.
How long till we get 1 million subs, guys?
We are at 653 right now.
How many days left in the year?
Oh, I don't know, 160 something, 100.
Times 500.
I got a good question here, Mike. Would you charge differently, giving your customer a platinum product?
Yeah.
Top versus a counter.
Yeah, I'd cover the cost difference for sure. You know, I'm going to make money for my labor per square foot. It's a fixed cost. I know that's what I can do these for in that time, but I'm not giving them this at the same price as when my materials are more expensive. We're not raising our materials to a point that reason we charge more is not because it doesn't cost us more to make it. We've added that cost into it. That's why it's more expensive. So I would do the same for adding this to a customer. But you look at the cost, like cost of granite, go to your big box store. I'm telling you, their builder grade granite is $65 a square foot, and it goes up from there. We just did to $110 in Grants Pass. So go to New York City, it's probably crazy. You go to Missoula, Montana, it might be a little less expensive depending on your market. Probably more actually because it's not near a port. So wherever your granite costs are, let's say it's $65 a square foot. You know how much it costs to do this? It's like $5 a square foot. So your material costs are easily, okay, you stayed this long, I'm gonna give you a hint right now. Do you wanna pay for your products indefinitely and have that cost get out of the equation? Would that be important to you? Let me know in the comments below. Okay, I'll tell you. This is how you do it. You go get stainless steel sinks. You bring them to your shop. You make templates so that you can do undermount sinks over and over again. Your template follows a top bearing router bit. You're gonna follow that router bit. Make them out of like marine grade plastic or something like that so you don't wear it out. And then when you go sell a job, you're gonna say, all right, do you want a new sink? Inevitably, they have a top mount stainless steel sink. It's ratty and tatty. Maybe it's an undermount Collier that weighs 100,000 pounds. You know, they wanna change out their sink with their new countertops. They want undermount. It gives you an opportunity to make a little bit of money on the sink because online, there's a lot of good deals on sinks, okay? Go to Amazon, holy cow. So maybe you make a little bit of money offering the sinks that you have readily available, and then you're gonna save a lot of time because you already have a template made of that sink. So you're gonna make money in the undermount cutout and polish. When you go get a quote from a granite company, they are gonna charge you a substantial fee for an undermount cutout and polish. Why do I know? Because we've done thousands of them, right, Mitch? Yeah. So it's not free. So that cost, our undermount sinks and our stainless steel sink that we sell when we install these, always covers the cost of our material. That's how you get your material paid for and you get 100% profit on your jobs.
Bingo. That is a pro tip and we lived it.
Okay, you want to know how else? Should I tell them how else?
Totally.
Okay, you don't need to come to a class if I tell you this, okay?
Saving them.
How do you double the amount of revenue on each job so you only have to get half the amount of customers to make double the money? How do you do that? And actually do it honestly where your customer thanks you for it. Like you're not gouging them, you're hooking them up, they love you and they give you way more referrals. This is how you get really, really good at full height backsplash. Full height backsplash will typically almost double the square footage in the job. What I like to do is if I'm gonna do a tile backsplash, I'm gonna do LED translucent inserts. So I could put LED light behind it, I can insert it, and I do this over an acrylic or something like that. And you got the same pattern, but now you got light that glows through that backsplash. That is irresistible. When you tell a client, check out this picture, it's translucent, I'm matching your color. We're gonna do mostly stone and then some accents of the same thing we did, and we're gonna do a full height backsplash for you. The answer is going to be, oh heck yeah, when can you start? That square footage price is a good amount. Now, here's what's coming on our channel. So you should subscribe and ring the bell so you're notified when this video comes out. We're gonna teach full height backsplash tile that matches any stone, so you could color it custom and you can install it in an hour. Already grouted. Coming soon. Right?
Yeah, it's awesome too.
I feel like I'm going too long.
No, people are loving it.
No one's leaving.
Nice.
Right.
Let's keep going then. You guys want to do some Q&A? Let's go. You know what? You know, I go to a lot of conferences where I learn from creators. I watch a lot of videos. Like we talk about this in our studio all the time of, all right, what are people looking for? Because we know that people have the attention span, like in 2020, a goldfish has the attention span of 9 seconds. Human beings have gone to 8 seconds. We have less attention than a goldfish. So congratulations. Mitch is doing a goldfish face.
I can't.
Wait, come on, Luke. You got to get that. Guys, check out Mitch's goldfish face. You got to do it. No, get close. You got to get up there. Yes. Wait. One more. Dude, I'm sorry I'm putting you on. Guys, I know you wanted to see the actual Chewbacca because you weren't like, come on, bro. Yes.
Good gesture.
I'm sorry. You're not my puppet. My brother could, like, if he didn't like me, I would be scared because he, like, thank you.
Teddy bear.
He is a teddy bear, man. Thank you, bro. Sorry.
It's all good.
I love Mitch more because he can mimic Chewbacca. So I know that just brings love.
Chewbacca was a savage too.
He was, man. Okay, what were we talking about? Oh, goldfish. Yeah,
Goldfish.
like, so we talk about like content all the time. So we got some good ideas coming out, but our goal on this channel is to teach you techniques that 10x your ability to make money, or save time. Okay, what that means is if I can go to Home Depot and get quoted laminate prices for average laminate kitchens, $2,500 in our area. If I could teach somebody to do their own countertops for $250, I've saved them 10 times their money. It does require some of their time. So if I'm saving you 10 times your time, it's probably a little more expensive. So we really try to bring you the content that moves the needle. It isn't, we could do a lot of fun, cool stuff that I'd rather do sometimes, but it's not what you're looking for due to your comments. So keep commenting, keep letting us know what you're looking for, and we'll keep searching for, like, Luke, you're editing a video right now where we did this project where we went and got rocks from the river and we mimicked them through a mold. We poured these with concrete, we colored them and installed them. It looks amazing. Chris, can you pull up a video like with a preview of that just to show them the rocks of what we did with those rocks?
Let's see. I have to have the video here.
No, like on YouTube, like if you pull up, can you do that? So while I talk, is that okay? So Chris is hunting for that. But honestly, you're going to teach that in a tutorial, right, Luke?
Yes.
And I mean, that was our first time ever. Like, we learned a lot. We teach them what we learn. We like capitalize on our trial and error, on our expense. Like, you'll save thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars if you're doing cultured stone and you have more time than you have money, right? If you got enough money to just go buy it, hey, go buy it. But I am a DIY guru, man. If I could do it myself, I feel like, oh, for instance, okay, I hope, Curtis, if you're watching, he's a local drywall guy. Okay, I love Curtis, man. But he just quoted me on a project I'm working on to come do a smooth and perfect drywall finish. I never hire contractors. It's totally out of my realm. I'm always do it yourself. I'm going to do it myself. Well, man, this is a huge project, and I'm pretty good at drywalling, and I'm pretty good at taping and texturing, and I do a smooth, imperfect, high-end finish. Looks like Venetian plaster. He's really good at it. He quoted me something that was hard to swallow. I couldn't swallow that cost, so I did it myself. But every time I made a stroke of that texture, I was like, cha-ching. Cha-ching, I'm saving money, man. I'm doing it myself. And my wife's like, when are you going to be home? And so I probably should have just hired Curtis, but I'm cheap, man. I had to do it myself. So Curtis, you're the man. But guys, I understand that persona is, I want to do something that saves me money, and I don't care sometimes how long it takes. Well, the reason stone coat is so popular is because it saves you time and money. The rocks, probably not going to save you any time. It's going to take a long time. However, it's going to save you thousands. Show them, Chris. Show them what's up with that. So he's going through the pictures. Okay, yeah, there it is. We picked up those rocks. There they are. We made a mold, poured silicone, and then we made the rocks. And then, oh, does it show any after pictures of the rocks?
At one point.
Here they are.
Should be coming up. Oh, switched.
He's going to... Okay, so there's the rocks. Does it show the finished installed product? Let's see. That's my brother and his son, and there they are going on the house. And there we are coloring them, and boom, installing on the house. It came out really, really cool. Can they hear me, Chris?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So that's coming up. We also have super secret content coming up that we won't release until we're ready, and it's coming up next. Actually, I'm going to tell them another thing. So we have a 4-part series coming out. The 4-part series is epoxy basics from start to finish, and because they're long videos, we're broken up into 4 easy to follow sections. And Mitch, you're putting together the landing page for that.
I sure am. Coming up short.
So what our focus is right now, guys, is we know that the platinum makes this system super fast. We know that the ultimate top coat mitigates callbacks. You're not going to get a customer to call you back because they have a scratch. You're not going to get a customer to call you back because it turned amber over time. These solve the 2 main issues that customers ever complained about. So we know that people are going to build this into their contracting business. You know, our best stories are somebody who has never done construction in their life. They find our channel, they learn from our videos, they start creating, they make projects, and they start a business with those projects. The most successful people didn't come from the construction world. Guys in construction are already busy. We're losing tradesmen as we go. If you listen to most professors, they're not going to talk to you about go into construction. They're not going to tell you that construction is a viable way to make an amazing living. My kids, I blow that in their ear like, guys, learn a trade. And so when people come out of college, when they come out from a job they may not like, and they learn our process and our techniques, that translates into dollars. Well, the 2 things that we just came out with make those dollars explode because you're not going to wait for this to cure. It's done. I'm going to move. I'm going to be able to produce. I'm going to be able to scale. And so we're focusing on color training to evolve your business and techniques and install tips. Like, we're going to be doing live installs over and over and over again, but we're not going to do them until we hit 1 million subscribers.
So share the video.
All right. I think we call it, man.
Yeah.
Guys,
100 minutes.
how many?
100.
100 minutes.
It's over an hour and a half.
Holy cow. Man. All right, let's do a hook. All right, we're going to film a hook. Okay, 3, 2, 1, action. Guys, in this video, we're going to teach you step by step in a 100-minute tutorial how to take your project from good to great, from concept to complete. You're going to learn how to become a pro. Stay tuned. Enjoy the video. We'll see you on the next one, guys. Thanks.